is a penalty, and you can't dictate, you can't let the game is close, it's late in the fourth quarter, we can't throw a flag. That's not the way referees are supposed to officiate ball games, regardless of sport.
Well, unfortunately for the Philadelphia Eagles, the flag got thrown, and instead of Jalen Hurts having a minute and a half left, he had 8 seconds left. Way to go. Congratulations, Shannon. Congratulations, Patrick.
Are you not upset at the Eagles' defense? Patrick Mahomes had 4 possessions in the second half.
Yeah.
What did he do with them, Skip? He cashed all of them. 3 touchdowns in that last field goal right there. So don't be mad at the officials because you had a 10-point lead. Skip, at the end of the day, and I have the utmost respect for Greg Olsen. He played the position I play. And as a matter of fact, I saw him at Super Bowl.
And by the way, I'm going to double down on this. He was really good this year. Like, really, really good.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yes.
Because I haven't heard. But Skip, you cannot officiate a game saying, well, because the game is a playoff game, or the game is this, and it's in the waning seconds, swallow your whistle when a penalty has been, when a foul has been committed.
I don't care. First quarter, overtime, second quarter, fourth quarter, I don't care. I'm not throwing a flag on that. It's just hands-on where you're just touching. You're not impeding at all.
And you do realize these are the best officials the NFL has to offer. Congratulations to my homeboy, SSU's finest stump, Roy Ellison, umpire, his 3rd Super Bowl, Skip. These are the best that the NFL has to offer. Now, you're telling me because it was the Super Bowl, because it's 35-35, don't throw a penalty. I know you saw a penalty. I know he impeded his progress, but don't throw it in this moment, because the moment is too big for a penalty. So why the hell you have officials then?
The refs had not been a factor the whole day. They're at their best when we don't notice them. And finally, one ref had to throw one flag that decided the game. It ended the game.
Well, I thought early on, Juju complained about a penalty, and I thought Bradbury held him on that one. I think it was in the first quarter, maybe late, early second quarter. I thought Bradbury impeded him then.
Okay.
And what if he was smart, he went to the officials. Now, you owe me one. Now, you saw him. He spit me around on that one.
Maybe that's what he did.
Look at this. See?
Maybe he got paid.
Look at this. So I guess this is not a penalty either, huh, Skip? That's not a penalty either. That's not a penalty either, right?
That was worse than the last one.
Thank you.
I will agree.
So that was a 3rd down. So now they got to punt the football. So you see what you do is that you get up, look at it, holding. So he got away with one. He didn't learn his lesson. So you guess what happened? Now, if I tell you it's hot, you go back and touch it again, you're going to get burned. He went to the well too late. See? Tugged him by the jersey.
So that play actually lost the Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, the Eagles' defense lost the Super Bowl for the Eagles.
And who called that for 2 weeks? Who kept calling it? Somebody sat across from me for 2 straight weeks saying, the Eagles are the much deeper team. Baloney they are.
Skip.
That's the biggest crock you've ever tried to sell me on this show. What did I tell you about from the start?
You picked them.
I know, because of Jalen Hurts, and he did everything I thought he would do. I predicted it from top to bottom what Jalen Hurts would do. But I said that the Eagles' defense allowed 40 points at Dallas on Christmas Eve. I said they're flawed, they're gettable, they're torchable, and that Brandon Ayuk told the truth last week when he said they're going to get exposed. And I told you yesterday on our show, pre-game show yesterday on Big Fox, I said, Jalen Hurts is going to have to rise above his defense, because if his defense is on the field for too long, Mahomes will have his way, because that pass rush is the most overrated pass rush in the history of football. They were supposed to be on a historic pace. They could pass the 85 Bears if they get 3 sacks today. And I'm saying they didn't even breathe on Patrick Mahomes because his offensive line led the league in pass block win rate.
And the Eagles' defensive line led the league in pass rush win rate.
I don't know. Did you see any wins yesterday?
Skip, they did everything you said. You said that Jalen Hurts needed to be somewhere between like 9 or 15. He was 11 of 18. He was 13.
That works.
He was 13 of 20 on 3rd and 4th down.
Okay.
You said time of possession needed to be 35 to 25. It was 36-24. So they did everything. But Skip, that's why I told you it was going to be a high-scoring game, because I thought the defenses, both of the defenses, I was surprised. The one thing that surprised me, Skip, was Kansas City's ability to stop the run. You got to be surprised by that, because outside of Jalen Hurts' scrambles.
Hey, what did I tell you going in? Pacheco was the best running back on the field, except for Jalen Hurts. But as far as running backs went, Is there anybody? Did you see Miles Sanders yesterday? Did you see Gainwell? They're not that good.
Skip. I disagree with you because Miles Sanders had over 1,200 yards. But I don't know. Something happened. I mean, the first play of the game, he fumbled the ball. They got a big hit on him. But and they seem to have went with Gainwell, and they went with Boston as opposed to Miles Sanders. So I'm sure it will come out. Something's going to come out because I was surprised that he didn't get more opportunities.
Didn't you love what Pacheco did? They had 158 yards rushing.
And think about it, Skip. 26 rushes, 27 pass attempts. Patrick Mahomes, they scored 38 points. They had the ball 8 times. So if you look at it, if Buckner doesn't miss that field goal, they score on 6 of those 8 possessions. That's why when I went back, that's why I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game because, look, what about your guy Reddick? Did you hear Reddick's name called yesterday?
No, I did not.
What about Sweat? What about Brandon Graham?
I saw Sweat get one rush on Mahomes that was legit.
Brown wiped him out.
Yeah.
And if you look at one of the scrambles that Mahomes got to the right, Wiley is mauling Hassan Reddick. I'm talking about mauling him.
He was.
They should have called a cop. They should have threw a flag on that. Assault with intent to do bodily harm.
Yeah. How about big play Slay? I think he didn't play Slay. I couldn't find him.
Well, I don't know if he had MVS because, Skip, it was late in the third quarter before he completed a pass to Juju, to the wide receivers. Prior to that, everything was either to the running backs or it was to Travis Kelce. Even Noah Gray, I think his name is Noah Gray. Noah Gray? I think that's the tight end.
The other tight end.
And they got an incompletion trying to throw it to the other tight end. So then all of a sudden, the receiver's like, hold on, wait a minute. Look at all their receivers getting the ball. Look at Devontae, and look at A.J. Brown, and look at all these guys getting the ball. Let me get me some of that. Okay, then Juju come. And then Kadarius Toney ran the same route. It's something from that formation that Kansas City saw, Skip.
Yep.
Both times you saw Toney do it to one side, Sky Moore. They bring the double gut blitz. The guys know they got to get over the top because it's blitz coming. Option back out. I'm talking about wide open. But Skip, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to disagree with LeBron. And I understand the Eagles' frustration. I think every side, if you're Eagles, you say, let that go. If you're Kansas City, you say that was a flag.
Okay.
I don't really have a dog in the fight. Hell, Skip, I played in Denver. Kansas City was one of our division rivals. So
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Exactly.
I hate the Eagles. Neither of us have a dog in the fight.
So, but I think, for me, that was a penalty. And I don't think the time of the game or the magnitude of the game should dictate whether a penalty is thrown or not.
Okay, we agreed to disagree on that.
Okay.
So the single biggest reason to you that the Chiefs won that Super Bowl was?
My homeboy had to be great in the second half, and he was better than great. I don't know if there's something, what is better than great? Because he was 13 of 14, 93%. And
93 yards.
No, I'm saying 93% completion.
Yeah, but he threw for 93 yards.
But here's the thing, Skip. The Eagles was taking so much time off the clock, he had to score every possession. If he doesn't score on every possession, guess what? There's 5-6 minutes off the clock before they get the ball back. The Eagles took the ball 11 plays. Eagles took the ball 17 plays. Do you know how much time runs off a clock, Skip? They couldn't get off the field on third down. Skip, and they weren't picking up just 3rd and 3s. They picked up 3rd and 14. They picked up 3rd and 11. They picked up 3rd and 9. Who in the hell picks up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 11? Continuously, consistently. The Eagles did yesterday. Patrick Mahomes knew that. He's hobbled. They tried to maim my man, but he on one leg. But you see, you see when the money needed, they shoved the money to the middle of the table. That's what you love to say about Tom Brady. He took that ball. You ain't never seen a quarterback run like that. Tom Brady could never pick him up and put him down like old my homeboy.
He never needed to.
Now, look at this right here. Look at this, Skip. Look at it pulling away from folks. Pulling away.
That ankle looks pretty good.
No, don't do that, Skip. Hold on. No, hold on. I'm going to go back to what you said. You said that you sprained your ankle on some running shoes, but you was able to chug along, go right ahead.
Because you know and I know, and he said after the game, it's okay running straight ahead.
Yeah.
It's when you have to plant and cut, you can't. Because it is just too stinging painful.
Yeah.
Okay? I get all that. All right. Patrick Mahomes was very good in the second half.
No, he was great.
But he was an all-time great in the second half, and I think you're overrating what he did because to throw for only 93 yards in the second half is not as sensational as, say, Brady against Seattle's Legion of Boom. That was 124 in the fourth quarter. Or Brady coming back from 28-3 down against the Atlanta Falcons in that Super Bowl. That was 246 yards by Brady in the fourth quarter and overtime as they came all the way back to 34-28.
But in order to get an opportunity, Skip, you have to have the ball. Look how little he actually possessed the ball. Skip, the man scored 38 points with 24 minutes time of possession. Who does that?
Well, he did it against that defense that I first guessed, because I told you they got to play the New York Football Giants in the first playoff game at home, and the Giants were overachieving all year, which is why Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year, and I give it to him. He deserved it.
Yes.
Then they got to play the San Francisco 49ers without a quarterback because Brock Purdy was gone in the first series. And Ayuk said, we were going to expose them, and we lost our quarterback.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened.
True.
So whatever time Patrick Mahomes had the ball yesterday, he was going to do severe damage on a defense that was wildly, dramatically overrated.
Yes.
I kept telling you, I have no idea how the Eagles are a 1.5 favorite in this game, because I tried to first guess it, close my eyes before I saw the first spread, and I said Kansas City should be a 4 or 5 point favorite.
Right.
Well, they have the two best offensive players in Mahomes and Kelsey, and they both they're playing in their third Super Bowl, so experience was all on their side.
Yes.
Chris Jones is the best defensive player on the field, and he didn't have a great game, but he is the anchor of that defensive line. And by the way, they did not run them out of the park as a lot of people thought they were.
I thought they was. Jalen Hurts' legs and a lot of that skill was scrambled.
It was. I agree. So the point was, Jalen Hurts had to be extraordinary yesterday, and I was so proud of him. I've been a fan of his since his days at Alabama and the 1 year he spent at the University of Oklahoma, because his father raised him the right way. He's got as great a football backbone as I've ever seen, and in his first Super Bowl, I thought he played well enough to be the second player ever to win MVP as a losing quarterback, okay? Because my guy Chuck Howley, who just got elected to